Right now, as you're watching this, adversaries of the United States are building hypersonic weapons that can strike in minutes, and nuclear warheads that could obliterate entire cities. But the U.S. has a secret weapon, a $175 billion shield known as the Golden Dome. This isn't science fiction. It's the largest missile defense upgrade in history, engineered to stop Mach 20 hypersonics and intercontinental nuclear attacks dead in their tracks. What's real? What's top secret? And could it actually save America in World War III? Let's find out. A storm is brewing. Hypersonic missiles, swarming drones, nuclear brinkmanship. America faces a new era of threats. Faster, deadlier, harder to intercept. But behind the scenes, a $175 billion fortress is rising. In space, in the sky, and underground. They call it Golden Dome. China's hypersonic glide vehicles can reach American cities in minutes. Russia's nuclear-capable Vanguard travels at Mach 20. And North Korea continues to refine its intercontinental ballistic missile arsenal. The era of mutually assured destruction is no longer theoretical. It's mobile, maneuverable, and nearly undetectable. The Golden Dome is not one weapon. It's a fortress built from space to sea. A multi-layered defense architecture designed to intercept anything from anywhere at any time. At its core, $175 billion invested in interceptors, satellites, AI-driven radar networks, and next-gen weapons, including lasers. The first layer begins seconds after launch, the boost phase. Here, future laser systems or high-altitude drones could vaporize missiles before they gain speed. The boost phase is a directed energy lasers, weapons, and hypersonic interceptors aimed to neutralize missiles just after launch. If that fails, we move to mid-course defense. This is where space-based tracking satellites and the ground-based mid-course defense system, featuring new next-generation interceptors, attempt to strike in the vacuum of space. This is a ground-based mid-course defense, GMD, modernized with next-generation interceptors, NGIs, to hit intercontinental ballistic missiles in space. Finally, terminal phase. This is the last chance. Patriot PAC-3, Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense, and Aegis Ashore systems aim to shoot down what's left before it hits. This phase is a Patriot PAC-3, Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense, and Aegis systems upgrades to intercept missiles as they descend toward targets. A hypersonic missile doesn't give you minutes to react, it gives you seconds. At speeds over Mach 5, these weapons bend around radar, dodge defenses, and hit targets before a president can even be briefed. So how do you stop a weapon that moves faster than a bullet and can change direction mid-flight? It starts in space. The U.S. is launching a new web of infrared satellites built to detect the heat signature of hypersonic weapons the moment they launch and track them across the globe in real time. From there, advanced radar systems on land and sea, like the AN-SPY-6 and lower-tier air and missile defense sensor, pick up the trail and cue the intercept. These interceptors don't just chase hypersonics, they predict their next move. Guided by AI battle networks like Joint All-Domain Command and Control, the U.S. now fights at machine speed. One mistake, and a city vanishes. But with the Golden Dome fully operational, the U.S. may finally have an answer to the hypersonic threat. Hypersonic threats change the game. They fly low, fast, and maneuver in ways ICBMs cannot. That's why the U.S. is investing in glide phase interceptors, designed to hunt hypersonics before they reach terminal velocity. By the time you see a hypersonic missile with traditional radar, it might already be too late. That's why America's missile shield is going orbital. The Golden Dome begins with the next-gen overhead persistent infrared constellation, a fleet of space-based eyes that never blink. Unlike old radar, these satellites don't wait for a missile to come into view. They see the heat of launch, track it in real time, and follow every evasive turn, even in the upper atmosphere. Then comes the brain, JDC-2, the Joint All-Domain Command and Control System, a vast AI battle network that links satellites, jets, warships, and missile batteries into one coordinated warfighting machine. Humans can't respond fast enough, but AI can. It analyzes trajectories, predicts impact zones, and launches interceptors, all in seconds. In In this new era of warfare, it's not just about firepower, it's about who sees first and who strikes smarter. At the heart of the Golden Dome, a global eye in the sky. A growing constellation of low Earth orbit satellites, built by the Space Development Agency, watches 24/7. Advanced AI fuses this data across commands, from North American Aerospace Defense Command to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, providing split-second decisions with global reach. What if you could defend an entire city at the speed of light? Welcome to the next frontier in missile defense. Directed energy weapons, systems that use photons instead of gunpowder and electricity instead of explosive warheads. From high-energy lasers that can burn through hypersonic gliders to microwave cannons that fry enemy electronics in mid-air, these weapons don't run out of ammo, just power. The Pentagon's goal? Deploy directed energy defenses on destroyers, army trucks, Air Force bases, even in orbit. A 360-degree energy shield that can knock out targets silently, instantly, and repeatedly. They don't just defend against missiles. They neutralize drone swarms, disable satellites, and can even blind incoming sensors before a warhead ever sees its target. What once belonged to sci-fi is now real. Directed energy weapons, lasers, and high-powered microwaves can destroy drones, missiles, and even satellites at the speed of light. And unlike missiles, a laser shot costs just a few dollars. The Pentagon calls this the future of infinite defense. The human brain takes half a second to react. In modern warfare, that's too slow. In a war fought at Mach 20, only one thing can keep up: artificial intelligence. At the core of the Golden Dome is GC2, the Joint All-Domain Command and Control System. It connects every U.S. sensor, weapon, and warfighter into one battlefield brain. This isn't science fiction. AI-powered battle networks can now detect a missile launch in Asia, deploy interceptors in the Pacific, and retask a satellite over the Arctic, all before a human would even finish the sentence. We're under attack. These networks don't just help humans make decisions. In seconds, they make decisions. They optimize defense strategies, close kill chains, and jam enemy signals faster than any general could ever command. But even with AI, perfection is a myth. One missed intercept, one blind sector. And the cost isn't numbers, it's cities. Command and control is evolving. The Joint All-Domain Command and Control System, JAC2, links every U.S. force into a single AI-powered brain. It's a future where decisions are made in milliseconds, and everything from destroyers to satellites responds as one. The Golden Dome isn't confined to U.S. borders. Patriot and Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense Systems stationed across Asia and Europe form an outer ring, intercepting threats before they ever reach North America. But this kind of shield doesn't come cheap. With a price tag of $175 billion, critics question whether it can keep pace with evolving threats or if it's already obsolete. And yet, if even one warhead gets through, the cost of inaction could be catastrophic. The Golden Dome is more than metal, missiles, or AI. It's a bet on the future. A shield not just for today, but for a world where speed, precision, and foresight will decide survival. Thanks for watching Valor and Sacrifice. Subscribe for more stories at the front lines of innovation, warfighting, and national defense. Want to support the channel? Check the links below for affiliate gear and our sponsor for today's video.